Like I left a couple times last time. I was like, oh, I hope he's not like pulling his fucking shit out or something and asking chicks to fucking go to his phone number and call him or some stupid shit.
You know what I might do?
I know. So I was concerned about that live stream, but it seems to be working now. Nobody's in now because I ended that other one.
I thought I was doing wrong by not talking and just ignoring. I was like this. I was surfing on my phone the whole time, and I thought that was the worst thing I could do.
Oh yeah.
I was like, he's gonna be mad. I didn't entertain anyone.
Oh, there's two in. What is this?
Easton's Cut.
Easton's Cut, it's called. And I don't know what Easton's Cut means. No one ever does with names. I don't even know.
King's Garden is the brand. Easton's Cut is the strain.
It's just all hyperbole. Whenever they come up with a name, they left the stream. Who knows? Maybe we were buffering.
Good. No privacy. You want to stream in private.
Yeah, it's probably buffering because they came. I got this one person that comes in. And I fucking told them off last night. I was like, hey, bro. You know, I listened. I said, look, if you got shit talking to do, just start talking then. I'll turn on, and I had something on in the background. Yeah, I had like something on in the background, like another video, and I was just having so people could hear it, the other video in the background. So it was just
they don't
like,
want to look at our nuts. That's the worst, dude. I mean, it's hard to. You don't
that's
really,
the worst.
well, you don't really think about it when you're looking at it because you're like, all right, that's a cool view.
Yeah, but the chicks they're thinking about nuts and cock and everything.
No, you're like, that's a cool angle.
Yeah, the chicks are.
But when you're watching it, you're like the whole time.
There's gay guys though that would love to fucking look at a stream like this just to see
dude. Look at the stream.
What? You know,
like look in the screen. See how my foot's in there?
Yeah.
Like you and I wouldn't notice that.
What do you mean?
Like you and I, if we're streaming right now, it's not a big deal. We wouldn't even mention it.
Yeah. But somebody else.
But if you're watching the stream, you're just like you'd be focusing on it. Like
no, I wouldn't. I'd be like, you know what? I had some guy I got in a fight with somebody once, and he told me to lick his boot. I said, bro, you might as well cut me with a knife because I'm not licking your boot. But no, it wouldn't bother me. Not just if you're doing that.
I'm not saying bother you. It's like focus. Like if I was watching this stream,
yeah,
I'd be like zeroing in on your knee or something. I'd just be like, what the heck? Like, why is the camera like that? You know what I mean? Like it should be professional, straight on.
I know. Well, that's what I usually do. I don't like to look up somebody's booger hole.
See
as long as it's not really close up like that, where you're looking right at their boogers, I'm good with it.
See facial expressions.
Yeah. There's this one broad though. She does that kind of video where she just does everything from below, and she's got one of those noses that flares with kind of pretty big nostrils. You know, I mean, they're pretty big, and she's like kind of like Caucasian, like Indian, like black mix or something, right? I've seen others that do that, and I've seen the booger. I've had a booger once when I did a live stream. I didn't even know it was hanging out.
That you bumps into that.
Oh, not me.
Like the whole podcast.
Not me. I don't trip.
Feel like bottles is right there. Bottles right there.
Yeah. You know what though? I did try to fix my live stream a little bit. And I don't know if I tooled it right, but something about the screen and graphics, I tried to improve it because it was just coming back showing these leaves back as brown when they're not. So I did my best. I don't know if I fixed it.
The camera every time.
Within the, this is an HPNV. Not a lot of people like an HPNV, but they are good for their time when it came out in 2017. Most people like gaming laptops and stuff like that, so they can manage their gaming as well as whatever. I think they still can use them for regular stuff, right? The gaming laptop. You know how that works, right? You're not savvy on that. You're not savvy on games. I know. You're not savvy on games. That's what it amounts to. We'll see you later. Unless you're going to take a double hit. Hey, by the way, thanks, man. This is really good weed. I'm fucking stoned out of my head.
It's good weed. I can't tell because I've been smoking all day and I'm ready to burn out.
I know. Hey, I think we're more interesting than like those guys that do the weed channels because they just kind of get boring. Have you ever seen what's his name? Custom Grow 420? Oh my God, look at this guy. Oh, I can't do it now. Look like somebody he's got that flower shit in his hair, greased back like one of them wrestlers, and it just looks so greasy pig-like. I'm like, dude, change the image already, please, because every time I see him, he's got that greasy ass shit. Looks like oil is dripping out of his hair, and it's like, man, dude, that is not attractive to look at. And then he's got rings under his eyes from all the weed smoking that he does.
It's more interesting because
I got rings under my eyes. I shouldn't be talking. Fuck. I got pretty big rings under my eyes. Look at that. Look at that.
it's more interesting because it's us talking. If it wasn't us talking, you'd just be like.
So fight wise, we don't have to stay on the topic, but what was your recent fight that you watched that was good?
I don't even watch the fights.
But you said you did. You get into fight because you're making. Look, I ain't gonna lie. This guy is a designer or an inventor. Actually, he's not a designer, but he's an inventor.
Product developer.
Yeah, product developer. So I asked him that question for a reason. So.
Oh, what was the best fight I've seen?
Yeah.
Last.
Kind of like product development. When you see a good fight, it's like, hey man, that was a good fight. It's almost like a good product. So yeah, that's why I intertwine the two.
I thought.
Hold on, somebody's talking. Brenda, what's up? How are you? Thank you for coming in. Oh yeah, I know. I'm sure it is a bad angle. I didn't plan this one. Yeah, I didn't plan this really quick, willy-nilly. I'm not really worried about it. People see a booger fly out or a piece of spit fly out, more power to them. They're looking that hard. Yeah, let's walk through the house. Fuck it. Yeah, a little hard, like you're shutting a safe door. Thank you. Watch your step. Yeah, Silence and Lambs. It won't buffer anymore. Hold on. What? Huh? He's struggling to get up the stairs. Oh, who knows?
Got our chairs.
Yeah, I got one.
Put up the chairs.
There, is that better, Brenda? No buffering, right? No buffering. And that blanket behind me, I was using it to cover it from sunlight. Brenda?
Brenda, are you listening?
Yeah, she's listening. Yeah, she says it's better, so good. And then I can turn this green light on, man. And then I got another light. And we got that green light and then this friggin' black light.
Heck yeah. Make something good.
But I can't hang it here unless I nail it to the. I put a nail on the wall, and I do have a hammer. I do have a hammer up here somewhere.
I just saw it.
Yeah, it's right there. There's the nail. Right there. Awesome. Awesome. I can put this right here. It'll be right above the door. It'll look kind of cool like that. Ow! Okay.
Looks like Halloween already.
I know. I can't even get this out. There we go. All right. Oh yeah. Oh shit, Bob. Dog didn't eat all his food. Uh-oh. Actually, it was peanut shells. It wasn't his food. It was his peanut shells.
Whenever I talk,
Yeah.
I'm gonna move my eyes like I'm reading a teleprompter.
I see how that light looks. Oh, shit, we probably need a normal light, actually.
No, I like that one.
Oh, yeah.
Like it, I like it. I don't know about that alien god you got on there.
Oh, and there's the bushing I was looking for earlier. Son of a bitch.
The bushing and
Yeah. I was looking for the bushing here, I gave some trucks out to the kids today.
oh yeah.
I gave some trucks out to the kids, and I didn't, I knew I had the bushings, but I didn't know exactly where they were. So I ended up shorting them on the bushings, but I gave 2 kids, basically gave skateboards to. So, I mean, that's a lot of money. Good board, good money down the drain. But you know what? It's not down the drain because they skateboard, so.
Yeah, dude, you gave it to kids. You're like money down the drain.
You know, it's not down the drain because they're, you know, it's not down the drain though. It really isn't. There we go. All right, cool. So we're just chilling. That ugly ass blanket needs to come down though. Damn, this thing's ugly. Yeah, I broke the shit out of this thing. I bought it at a cheap store, you know.
How was your Halloween decoration?
Oh man, God, this thing is gonna break my leg if I can't get it off. Right, there we go. Oh. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty cool like that. I like that. Yeah, that's a good view. I like that.
I like the color.
And then I got at least a shirt on with words because I'm usually known for that. Knife Laws of California, Penal Code 20200.
I have a shirt on.
I noticed. What does yours say?
Oh,
What does it say? I
yeah,
can't even read.
words too.
I know, but what does it say?
That's not important.
It may be because I got a shirt downstairs. It says it says machine shop. It looks really cool. It looks like something. If a chick saw it, she'd think you worked there. But guess where it was? The machine shop, Flint, Michigan. So I thought that's humorous to wear that out in California. A Flint, Michigan machine shop shirt because it looks really cool, like West Coast type stuff, but it's not. You know what I mean? And Flint, Michigan, if you don't know, is a polluted environment.
Smoking out of a elbow.
Exactly.
Smoking out of a 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch. What's it called? Elbow.
I'm not sure. This is something I've never had used before, but yeah, I think I may have. Yeah, it's a valve elbow.
Elbow valve.
I've had them before, but it's been years.
3/4 inch to 1/2 inch.
Yeah, this is a pretty big one though.
3/8.
This is probably for plumbing, right? This kind is probably for plumbing.
Absolutely, it's for plumbing.
Yeah.
Or gas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what plumbing is.
Right.
No one wants to know, but the whole point of that is that you smoke it out of it.
Anyway, we're just fucking goofing off. I got high as fuck off this weed. I didn't even care if I fucking looked apart or anything tonight on my live stream.
Strong, right?
Yeah, it's a really good high. What would you say flavor wise though?
I'd say earthy, woody.
I don't know about earthy woody, but I will say
woody.
I don't know about either one of those, but I can tell you this. When I first took a hit of this, I was like, that's kind of solid. It didn't have a lot of fertilizer still in it.
Well, there's no fertilizer.
Exactly. It was well flushed, is what I meant to say.
Flush.
Yeah, well flushed is important when you get
No,
weed.
it's definitely high quality.
Yeah, well flushed, good, high quality. This goddamn light. Oh well, fuck it. So let's see. I wonder what this light would look like over here, though. Is that any better? A little better. Now you're all bleached out. You're all bleached out now. That's fucking light's almost too much. It's right behind here.
You can see me though.
Oh, that's better. Oh, that's way better.
You can see us.
Yeah, that's way better, man. So let me ask you, you used to teach snowboard, right? Okay, can I ask you, like, what was it like by internet or only, or appointment by internet type of contact where you had a website, or did you just do it with cards,
It goes,
hand out cards?
it goes through the mountain. I worked for the mountain.
Oh, okay.
Mammoth Mountain.
So you directly worked as a ski instructor.
Snowboard.
Wow, snowboard only, huh? Snowboard only?
Snowboard only.
That'd be, man, dude. So you really need to get back to skiing. Why is this?
It's the job of, it's the greatest job. It's just seasonal.
Oh, well, when's the last time you snowboarded?
Last time I taught,
No, last time you
Snowboard.
snowboarded in general.
I snowboarded last year.
That's too
down-
long, though. It's almost too long.
Well,
But have you ever gone to the Utah place? What's it called? Park City? Wow, I heard that was really good though. Park City is like one of the top snowboarding because the environment's a little different. I think it's drier kind of alpine shit. So like even though it's wet, good powder, it has supposedly has really good powder up
colder,
there.
drier
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. Does that make better powder?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So when you're skiing, you got to have good powder, right? So if it's wet and moist, it's not good. And if it's, or is it? If it's not too wet and moist, it's good, right? It's just a little
I
wet.
mean, it's all super fun,
Yeah.
but there's varying degrees, and I haven't been.
Have you ever snowboarded in slush, so to speak? You know, like,
Absolutely.
okay, that's what I was getting to,
But if that's all you've ever done, then it's fun.
right? But you know what? I would enjoy it. He was right when he said that. He said you would probably love snowboarding and, you know, you would dig it and all that. And there's no way I wouldn't. It would be just like a little bit like skateboarding, you know, it'd just be a little bit different. I mean, yeah, you can carve really good with probably a snowboard, but the thing is huge. And if you have to fall, that whole thing comes with you, right? You can't even unclip from it.
Yeah, that seems weird that to fall with your feet strapped in, like you wouldn't like that.
No, I don't. I don't like that.
But you do get,
Extra security by being attached to it.
by being attached to it, it does protect your knees
Okay.
from banging around and getting
Well, it
twisted.
also keeps you from wrecking as much as you would if you're just basically balancing on it like a skateboard.
You're gonna take a header basically because your feet are stuck.
So,
You're gonna
but,
take a header, so you're gonna have to ball up.
but there's
roll
probably
through
a
it.
few ways you could really damage yourself just by doing a general fucking what do you call it? Miscalculation, and then the way the board lands and everything. It all depends.
Dude, like,
'Cause
you start rolling, and then your board catches in like a huge shovel while you're rolling, so you just get jerked around.
But it could also cause damage, right? Like heavy damage to you because it's jerking around and your other part of your body is going another direction. It's like getting flapped different directions because the whole board is attached to your feet. It's kind of like the kinetics of two metal balls.
That's why you just want to tuck and bring it with you.
Yeah,
Everything together.
Yeah,
as
just
one.
kind of roll as a ball when you fall. But try to
flail.
don't flail. Okay.
Or only go big when it's super soft.
Okay.
Super powder. Don't go crazy if it's ice out.
Did you like the people over there at where you work? Like, were they cool employees?
I've met cooler people.
That's
For
kind of
sure.
typical of any company, though.
They were super fun, super outgoing, outdoor people just like myself who tend to drink too much and get in confrontations. So the longer you're there, you're going to end up butting heads with people. And it's not as fun.
Yeah.
But
Oh, Brenda. Oh, sorry. My bedtime. Yeah, I know it is. She's on the East Coast, so she goes to
Way
bed at
late.
9.
Really.
Yeah. But so let me ask you this: was there good food? Like, where would you go to grub out the best? Was it part of the club, ski club place, or?
So when you're an employee, you get your food off the mountain,
Awesome.
half price.
Oh, cool.
It's bomb. It's like an A+ restaurant.
Oh, I bet it's like a golf course.
So every day,
Quality.
yeah. So every day you either get the bomb like breakfast sandwich, you can add avocado. Like
Man, I'd almost miss a job like that.
you watch the chefs cook it in front of you, and then it's hot off the grill, and then or you get like cheeseburgers or pizza.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
lunch,
No, it reminds me of
whatever.
golf course that I worked at. A similar thing. The food was awesome, and you know what was really crazy is
One,
yeah. Go ahead.
one of my favorite things about working there There's the fact that the food's always right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Same with the golf course. Well, you kind of had to, you kind of had to wait for serve, people to be served before you could start looking for food. But I mean, the rule was you're really not supposed to pack up a bunch of the good food and leave the place with it all. But you know what? The cook there at the time, I mean, he was a top chef too. He was one of the master chefs. And he had books like this thick in the bathroom. They were all chef books, all magazines. And he had those prescriptions in there for a reason because he was dead, he's a killer cook. But you know what? He gave a little privilege to this white boy here over some Mexicans back in the cook area. In the kitchen that were doing dishes. And he was like, "Look, I'm gonna," he basically said, "Turn me into a cold prep," and didn't let them continue to cold prep. And it pissed off the Jewish owners so much. They fired him. But the Mexicans that were working there didn't speak English worth a fuck. So it was like, no shit. That makes sense then. Because how are you supposed to, guess what, you do hand language to figure out how to get them motherfuckers to do all the shit?
They know what you're saying.
But nonetheless, man, most of them didn't speak English, bro. But anyway, the Jewish owners fucking fired him over that. He was a damn good cook, master chef. He's damn good. And we used to do what we call the clam. We had, the clam bake too in the golf course. And those motherfuckers were in there were all rich as cocksuckers. You'd be looking for wallets on the fucking ground and shit. Because if one of those motherfuckers drop a wallet, that shit's gonna have a putting bet money in it and shit, like $20,000, shit like that.
Okay, so everyone loses their shit when they're on the ski lift. That's right?
Yeah.
Everyone loses their money, their wallets, their goggles, gloves.
Yeah, they do. I don't know that, but you're telling me.
When skiers pull off their gloves to get on the chairlift, they pull their wedding ring off with it.
Wow.
So basically, you have these people who every year will hike the first spring day, or like whenever the snow, like as much as they can, they hike the line. And they'll always, you find 5s, 20s.
Oh yeah,
because kids get their 20 for lunch. So
you saw money, or you heard stories, or a lot of stories.
I don't remember finding anything specific or anything great.
What's the most you've ever found on the ground? Period.
I don't even remember.
Maybe you never did. Yeah, maybe you never did. Some people just don't.
I find goggles and gloves and stuff like that all the time.
Oh yeah, and cell phones.
Found stuff in the parking lot. I found a vape pen.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
What was the most expensive thing you ever found that was more or less might as well be abandoned at that point? And you just fucking said, "Oh, mine now." Have you ever stuff falling out of trucks? I've had that happen. And I've been like, no, I don't need that shit. But it looks like it could make me about $200. But, I'd be like, I'm not carrying that shit home. In the road, on the side of the road, fell out of the truck or stuff like that. I love shit like that, though. It's always good. It's almost like gold hunting for gold. When you see shit that drops out of trucks, you always go check it out. That's just common sense, right?
Yeah, but I can't recall.
So you haven't had that. You've probably been driving your whole life and haven't been doing as much walking as maybe I have. I've done a lot of street hood walking and shit. And just, sometimes it's good equipment, from a construction truck.
This is crazy. And you may not believe me.
Yeah.
But I used to go out and look on the ground for weed and find it.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, I've had that. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to be a weirdo who says everything you say I did too, but no, I found weed. Yeah.
So
I found weed. Yeah.
And it's just happenstance.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll find a joint in the railroad tracks, like a little binner.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's what you said. Railroad tracks, dude. No. Check this out, guys. Check this out. Somebody left chat. I don't give a fuck. You got to hear this. It's just one in right now. Okay, they're back. But you just said railroad tracks, right?
Yeah.
After you're trying finding weed, right?
Yeah.
Dude, the most weed I ever found was right next to railroad tracks. How weird is that? That is weird.
I used to live in my car for years, and I would stash weed.
That's exactly what it was. It was
in
stashed.
different towns.
It was stashed inside two railroad ties. And guess what? The train tracks were just about a couple hundred feet that way, but they still had a train track. What do you call it? Trestle wall in their yard. Hold on, check this out. I was walking by and I saw it glistening from the crack because between the two ties.
Yeah.
And I said, "What's that glistening?" So I walked over to it. It was a bag of weed rolled up in there. It was like fucking half ounce. But you know what? Here's the funny part. The weed barely got you high. It looked good though. It fucking turned blonde, but it had some ants in it. So we were like, nah, this is, you know.
So people do this. People will stash weed.
We smoked it though.
Kids will stash weed. So if you're at the beach at a lookout point and there's a bench, you look.
Oh yeah, they stash it.
You look right here.
He knows exactly what I used to do.
You're gonna find a nug like that wrapped in cellophane.
Victor doesn't know how much we're in common right now.
A cigarette pack.
Because I know all
it's gonna
this.
Be balled up in the corner.
Exactly, dog.
Or right there by the fire hydrant.
Dog. Exactly.
Somewhere, wherever you would hide something for next time that you didn't want your wife to smell.
Exactly, dog. Oh my God, that is a riot.
Someone else stashed there, and that's like sometimes you can find someone else's. Sometimes they find yours.
That's too funny. No, you know, I used to go in military school. Same applied there. The people would go into the band practice room upstairs and have band practice, and then when they're coming out, they go into abandoned rooms that they no longer use as the barracks there. You know, because it's just kind of like a building. And they would just stash shit behind the radiator and stuff. And oh my God, dude, I know all that shit.
So, and only a total weed fiend or drug addict would know that.
Yeah.
Like only someone who, because everyone I know, even all the people I know who smoke weed, they'll be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Like who's what? Like you're full of shit.
Oh, dude, that's a riot though. Is it? You know, when I was young, I didn't have the money and expenses to get the weed, so I was just as desperate as you could possibly expect. And of course, I had to have it. So I would like even go to in military school. I would go into the laundry room and talk to some of the African Americans in there. And I'd be like, "Hey, what up, dog?" You know, I didn't say dog back then, but you know what I mean. I'd be like, because I'm from St. Louis, I grew up around a lot of blacks, so I know exactly how to talk to them. And I was like, "Man, dude, if you could ever cut me off like a fucking roach or something once in a while, I really appreciate it." Because I find out they smoke weed. And then they go, "Well, yeah, sure, okay." You know, and then they'd start leaving the half of their joint behind the thing, and they tell me where they're gonna put it. And I'd be like, "Oh, thank you, bro."
Right.
Oh, sorry.
I've been with people smoking, and they'll be like, "That's for so and so." He'll find it.
Yeah.
Like random.
Dude, that's too funny. Hey, when you smoke weed, you actually do have a lot of dynamics growing up while doing it. It's just crazy.
Let me ask you if you've ever done this. What have you ever done mushrooms and then went out and met someone else who was on mushrooms?
Not well, like as a yeah, but they, you know, I don't know for sure if they were on mushrooms.
Or it happens like you did math.
Yeah.
Someone else who did math.
Yeah, I've done that, but you know, that's
like
easy.
It's like this.
Right, but it doesn't.
Obviously, if you're hanging out in certain places.
Dude, one time I ran into this dude. He ended up, you know, talking about pot. He was from the. He was a porter at the strip club, and we used to smoke weed together. He told me to come over one day and smoke out over at his house. He had some good bud, so I went over there, and then the first thing that happened was he pulls out a fucking meth pipe and starts smoking it in front of me. He knows I don't smoke meth, and then the chick that comes over to his house to, you know, add more, you know, environment, you know, with a chick, you know, right? So she comes over, and of course, the first thing she does is starts cooking a light bulb and fucking hitting off it. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Now, at first I think she was processing it, and then she would fucking start smoking it. And I was like, what? She said she would make it out of some kind of like store-bought shit. And it would just they'd make their own meth. Like willy-nilly, like really from scratch. Do you follow me? I mean,
Grade meth.
They would make it from scratch.
Grade meth.
I guess. I don't know. They used to say there was a certain thing, a couple things you had to buy, and that was it, and you can make your own. Now they say it doesn't. It tastes weird because of the flavoring they put in the product that you have to get at the store. Like it's not Sudafed, but it's something with a horrible fucking flavor.
Great.
But it wasn't really.
This is what you do. This is what you do. You get like a car battery. I mean, I don't know. I've just had people tell me. You get like a car battery, and then you string like a wire across and create an arc or whatever. Ground. I don't know. But you get it, and then you spray that wire. It has a charge through it, basically going through it. You spray that wire with Raid. Keep spraying it, and it goes on that copper wire and it starts like crystallizing.
Oh,
it's called Raid Meth.
Oh no, it wasn't Raid Meth they were doing. It was some other kind. It was it actually had a what do you call a almost a kind of like something you would expect, like a licorice kind of backdrop to it when you were making it. I didn't make it, but they did. And it kind of had a licorice stink to it and everything. And they would and then of course they tried to get me all hooked on it. I'm like, no, I don't fucking do it, And I kept telling them, I don't want any, thank you. I had to keep telling them. And the bitch, she said, I love that. And she just kept pumping it, And she just keeps smoking it and smoking it. I just said, I got to leave this environment. I can't even be around this shit when people are acting like this. They're like jonesing on amp. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, when it's time to go.
Yeah, jonesing on amp. And I used to just like go, fuck, man, can't you fucking relax a little bit? I even told her, I said, man, can't you just relax a little bit and quit hitting that thing for a second? I don't even smell it. You know what I mean? I was literally like that. I was a dickhead because I had to quit and I didn't want to start again. So, and that dude, I told him, I said, man, as long as there's no meth over there, I even told him, if you're going to smoke weed, that's fine, but don't fucking pull any of that meth out, bro. And he did right as soon as we got in his apartment. I was like, no, this ain't going to work. Eventually I left, but
people like that, I'm not sure trying to do it.
But it wasn't that frustrating because I was like, I got my wits about me. How about you? Do you consider yourself somebody got their wits about themselves, or do you think if you have any psych problems, do you think they get interfere with your ability to do that?
You stay away from people.
Is that all you do?
Period.
Wow, I do that sometimes, but I don't like the antisocial either.
Period, dude. Period.
I don't like to be totally antisocial. Don't look at me. I'm on a rant.
Stay away from people. You don't get too close. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he does. He becomes and locks himself quiet. That's what he does. Almost like a monk from like, I don't know, the Mongolian monasteries or something.
I didn't buy it for some reason, but I also take medication and stuff.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's another thing. He's got one of those quirks like some people do. And now me personally, I just take what comes my way. And if you want to call it a fight or not, usually I don't fight too often. I don't like to waste energy with punches. I usually am a submission person. I'm just saying, I'm just not the kind of guy. I like to put people in submission rather, not in a fight as in I'm badass and you suck or anything like that. It's just that I don't like to fight with this so much. I just like to put people in. Here's an example. One time at school, not military school, actually it was Catholic school. This little kid was being, squeezed by some bully. I may have told you this last time, did I? He was like bear hugging him from behind and trying to squeeze his breath out. And I said, put him down. And I may have told somebody in chat this before. My live stream here. And I said, put him down or, you're not going to like the result. And he said, oh, really? And he threw the kid away to the side. He threw the kid to the side and started approaching me. But as soon as he swung, it was easy. I just went like this. I just grabbed his arm, put him in a headlock, pulled him down, and then I squatted as far down as I could, and then I yanked his head up. Now, all he could do was kind of like a crab walk in circles. And the whole time he was protesting. And I was like, hey, man, I don't need to take your shit. I can just do this. And I can prevent you from even hitting. He was doing this, but he wasn't really contacting anything. And plus, what you do is, another thing you do is when you get someone in the headlock, and they don't teach you this much, is you put your other leg, your left leg, between their legs, right, when you squat. And it forces them not to be able to get their composure standing up again. You understand? It forces them not to be able to stand properly, is what I'm trying to say. Because you get the leg in there and it interferes with their ability to try to stand up because you're doing this, right? You're squatting.
Just sitting on their leg.
More or less, you're squeezing them down, so your weight is pulling them down, and then you start pulling their head in the headlock up. Now, when you do that, they get scared because now it's not just a headlock, it's literally risking breaking their neck. And then they panic. And that's a submission. You don't want to hear that in karate or anything else. I use that shit because it's easy but if the guy's too tall, obviously you're not going to be able to pull that shit off probably. But,
I'm not saying I like to fight.
Yeah.
I'm saying I get into this mode that's like straight up time to go to jail right now.
Yeah. No, I don't think you've even done much jail time. I've talked to you about this.
I haven't.
Well, then you're all good. He's not liar.
Yeah, you're right.
You're all good.
You're right.
I mean, you're on medication, whatever you have to do. Like me, I get upset a lot. I'm surprised I don't get in a lot of fights because I do get upset. But
dude, I wake up for war, dude. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah, you wake up.
I wake up.
Well, he was in. Yeah, I do know what's wrong. You still got the military. You got the military training, and it's stuck in your brain, bro. That's what it is. Like if you're in the war and possibly in warfare, you might be blood hungry, like in the movie 300 when that guy's kid got his head chopped off. You'd probably be a good combatant, but you'd probably go overboard. I mean, you probably just until you fucking got snatched by somebody else's projectile, But yeah, you probably wouldn't, because you go crazy if you think about it too much, and the only thing you think is protection first, right? That means kill everything in front of you. Blood hungry means, you don't even stop for civilians if they show up, right? You just keep slashing.
I think it might be brain damage.
Okay.
Because I've been knocked out really bad.
Okay.
And that gives you this thing where like you know better not to do something, but you can't turn it. You can't make the switch and turn it off.
Uh-huh.
And that's why a lot of people with
So what is the medicine they give you for that?
They don't even know, dude. Yeah,
I mean, don't you take Seroquel or some shit?
Seroquel would work.
Yeah, you don't take it? Yeah, it gets people fat. Seroquel will get you fat. Another one, fluoxamine Depakote. Those two, fluoxamine Depakote combination on me made me 250 pounds of fat. Now, of course, I still had the muscles from all the workouts I used to do, but didn't matter because I was like too fat. So
you get a little fat, and you're like, "That's cool. I got a little belly. That's cute."
It's not,
dude. And then like a week later, you're like this.
Yeah, and then
you're just like,
and then your face starts changing.
You're like, all right, that's extreme. And then the next week, dude, you're like that.
Yeah,
dude,
but what about your face?
You're like, oh my god,
what about the face? So the first thing that I hate is your face. Yes,
everything. You're just like, oh, my butt. You're like, I'm fat now. Like I'm fully fat.
Yeah.
Like, no, like I'm a real fat person.
Yep.
And then, like, if you don't stop taking it at that point, you basically become a real fat person.
Yeah, and I was just the other day looking at some guy that were pulling out of a building in fucking like Canada, and he was so gigantic they had to pull him out with a crane. And the crane was under stress from trying to get him down, dude, out of there. So the crane was about to have a mishap from pulling this guy out. He managed to pull out through though. I couldn't fucking believe it. I thought the guy was gonna die for sure, because all that weight, it just weighs down on your chest and stuff. When they move you and you're going like this, bouncing on a crane or some shit, the weight on top of you is pushing your lungs down. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So you can't really move those big fat guys that are 2,000 pounds or whatever, like around like that because their lungs just can't handle that. They're supposed to stay still. When they walk, they can barely fucking walk because, the fat's coming from a different direction. Their lungs are a little better maybe, but they cannot do the fucking exertion because their bones aren't capable of holding that kind of weight after they're that big. And they just become like giant grubs, dude. You know what? They do look a lot like grubs too. Have you ever noticed that? A big, like it's
hard to breathe. It's hard to pump blood.
That's Troy right there.
They get like no blood in their feet and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Troy. He. I guess that bike is like not street legal or something, and he runs risks of getting fucking caught. By
It's not street legal.
yeah, I know.
You can tell by the sound. Dude.
Yeah,
Or what is it? Is it
it's a good one though. It's a good dirt bike.
40cc or what?
I forget. I mean, it's looks like he could do some serious fucking shit. It looks like a pretty much run of the mill fucking like somebody on a dirt bike racetrack, full grown adult type professional type bike.
Oh, it does?
Yeah,
He's not that kid with that little.
he's not a little kid. He's about Troy is like friggin' 15 or so, 14 or 15.
And it's a small bike.
No,
Oh.
it's a big one. They have two small ones though. The kids run those. See, you guys, you don't know this, but those kids on skateboards also ride motorcycles, and they're they've been riding them since they were tots. I mean, they're fucking still riding motorcycles. Now, can they do it around here? Not really, but one of them likes to. One of them likes to do it a lot.
Dude, one kid rides it on my street, on my court.
Do you complain?
No, it's cool. A couple times.
You don't bother? He don't bother you?
It doesn't bother me a couple times, but then he keeps coming. And I
You're
want
starting to wonder if he's trying to annoy you now?
dude, then I want to yell at him.
Yeah.
Like, hey, fucker, get a real bike. Dude, you just sound
Or a skateboard, a lot quieter.
because his is just like
A longboard.
it's like got no power, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, bro,
I
get a real bike.
I think you would probably enjoy a fucking dirt bike. I would actually. I would probably be able to handle it really well. But I just don't want that weight as a side effect of if I do crash, the entire fucking bike and weight that comes with it could land on you and whatnot. There's one dude I know, and this is just bullshit, coming from somebody as a professional. They go, oh, you don't even know what you're talking about. As long as you know how to ride, you're not going to have the bike land on you. But there's people that drop Harleys, and those things are heavy enough to crush you, man. I knew a guy who broke both hips from that. And he was mental case after that. That had to hurt like hell. You imagine both hips breaking after you fucking drop a goddamn bike, and it just kind of sandwiches you. It goes and just breaks your hips like that. Oh, while you're traveling down the highway.
I don't think you can just be an adult and all of a sudden just buy a bike,
Like
a full size bike.
why? Well, they're dangerous.
Because, dude, you need to be a little kid and ride a BMX bike, and then be a
You have
bigger
to-
kid.
Yeah, I
and
get
ride-
you.
and
In
ride
other
a
words,
20.
you're saying you have to be educated all the way up to
You
the
have to
motorcycle.
know how to lean your weight
Yeah.
in front and be the head of the bike.
Yeah, at all times.
And-
Well, a lot of times when I see somebody that's not that great at jumps and stuff, what they'll do is they crash. You can tell they're just holding onto the bike and they're kind of like willy-nilly about what to do with it. Like you can tell they're trying to decide what to do with their body and shit. And when you see that, you know, away they can't ride their fucking dirt bike.
This happened to me like 3 days ago. Like I was basically, I drive pretty fast.
Yeah.
And I split lanes. So, and you have a fast lane and the next lane over, they kind of block you. So as soon as you get that gap, you cut through, you just like cut this guy off and then come back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you make just
So what happened?
So I was basically splitting lanes, dude. And as soon as I hit to split the lane, they knew I was coming. As soon as I went to split the lane, I saw in my rearview mirror
Oh, your weed. Okay.
this bike coming fast from behind me. Fast, like no time to react. And I'm like, oh shit, I hope no one freezes up. And I just kept going, right? And he doesn't miss a beat. He doesn't slow down. He comes like this, and his bike goes in front of me. He goes, bam, bam, and then speeds off. So he
No
turned
way.
the bike. So he basically laid the bike down to make
And pop back up.
to make the cut, make
Oh,
the turn.
oh yeah.
Like they, you know.
Oh yeah,
So
well, that's how anybody
so-
rides a bike. I mean, a dirt bike. I mean, any kind of bike, Harley even. They lean super far down when they're turning at high speed.
Yeah. So basically,
Fucking crazy.
before I was even done splitting lanes, he split both of us.
Almost like a professional skateboarder or something going past a car.
Well, he knew if anyone hit their brakes, he'd be fucked. But he also knew.
He had no choice.
He also
He
knew.
knew he had no choice.
He also knew his way out was fast.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
Like if it doesn't matter, I'm going.
Yeah.
Like
So he could have been one of those potential fatalities. What you're saying,
He saw me change lanes, so he knew that I wasn't coming back.
right? So what you're saying is he's just like going a little too fast, and then he had to compensate by continuing not only going fast but maybe even faster.
He put his life in my hands, in the other two drivers' hands.
So you were getting ready to turn into that lane again.
Had I panicked and hit left,
Oh,
he would have nowhere to go.
Mm.
That's the thing. Is I was smart enough to just be like, stay still.
Man, that would have been a hard way to go, but it would have been quick.
So and that's the thing too, is when you're on adrenaline high, just like we were saying, you almost have like
Well, when you see someone coming fast, you do what you call super fast logistics in your head. You're gauging, well, what are the chances? Yeah.
You're communicating telepathically.
Yes, that too. You're right. See, you're a warlock. He's a warlock. He may be an apprentice, but I think he's a warlock. Maybe he's not an apprentice, but no, he's right, 100%. Because everything you do in life it comes from intuition and generates. You use that to save people's life. So that's what he did. He basically said, "Well, there's no way I'm turning over and risking killing that guy, so I'm just going to keep going fast."
But he could tell by the fact that
you weren't going to slow down
because I was so aggressive making that lane split. He knew that I was confident and knew what I was doing.
So were you still turning away from him as he passed you?
I don't know.
Are you saying you were still slightly turning back away from him when he was passing you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
My left two wheels weren't all the way over the line.
So he could see that you weren't really engaging more to his side. You were engaging more to the other side.
I was still going that way.
Awesome.
If I would have changed direction,
yeah, of course.
They would have pinched.
Of course.
Well, why would I change direction?
Right. So in other words, he didn't do anything wrong. He was just following the code of the road, which
trusted that I wasn't an idiot, which is
exactly
tough to do in traffic.
Well, that's why I don't ride a bike, bro.
I feel like
I don't ride a bike for that reason.
Or if I would have gotten in front of that guy and hit the gas, boom, I would have pinched him.
Yeah, I don't ride a bike for that reason. And it's not because I'm not I'm afraid to ride a bike. I think it would be fun to go fast on a bike, but you know what? I don't want to be responsible for the weight. Okay, so that's my mindset. It's like that's why I only.
Yeah, exactly. You're not in control of the weight.
I don't want to be in control that way.
You grow up riding a bike.
My weight's fine for me. I don't want to control the Harley's weight. Is what I'm saying. I don't care about my weight. It's the Harley's weight I can't fuck with.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like, if you lean forward, like the Harley's going down the road 90 miles an hour. It's going. There's no stopping that. If you go with that and lean forward into the turn, you have control. But the second you try to hit your brakes and slow down out of that speed, you're going against that momentum. That's why I'm going.
Yeah, exactly. No, I totally agree.
You just have to lean forward into it. You have to ride with confidence, even if you're not. You have to ride with confidence.
Dude, I got so wickedly stoned off that weed, I ain't even jonesing for you.
It's strong, dude.
I'm fucking high as fuck.
I have a headache. I'm too high.
I get headache on swaggy swag. Like, or just swag.
Edibles this morning.
Here, look at this meth head biker chick going down the street. You ever seen this video? You ever seen this video? Meth.
I'm out of here in a couple days.
I know. I was thinking you were probably getting ready to leave. Meth head. Beating motorcycle. Where are you going? You already know where you're going?
I'm in Cloverdale first.
So you found a place or over there?
My family's up there. Just visit my family and then
Here it is.
I might dump my cat off. Come up, please. Really, nigga?
Wait a minute, this ain't it, I don't think. This ain't it. This ain't it. They copied the old one. Hold on, let me find this chick. She's just psychotic.
Some crazy ones.
She was handling the bike really well, though, I ain't gonna lie. Anyway. Oh, well, here's a crazy one from the Hell of Flame. I don't know what that means. Hell of flame or. Oh my God! Look at that! Holy shit! That's a speed bike behind them. He can't even catch up to him. No, this is a real. This is dudes, I think. What? Yeah. Oh my God, no. Look at that speed bike can't even catch up. Oh, there's the Harley. Can you believe that guy? That guy's rolling a Harley like a speed bike. How is he doing that? Oh my God, he hasn't even. Oh my God, dude.
Balls, dude.
God, he is. He's crazy. He's got to be on meth. Oh, I don't know, but he almost.
Did he hit?
Oh man, I don't know, dude. He's crazy as fuck. Whoa, he just slid, dude. He's sliding like a goddamn longboarder in that thing. Shit.
Car comes.
I know. Fucking, I've seen this before, but this guy's radical. I mean, a lot of people have already seen this. They're like bikers and stuff.
Dude, even the guy behind him.
Can't even keep up.
I know, but he's like on his tail.
He is now. But this guy, I can't believe this guy's trying to kill himself, basically, in that Harley. I can't believe he's maintaining so much grip. And he even slid already a couple times. Fucking crazy. Anyway.
Next to the cliffs, too.
Watch it here. We don't have to hold it for them. They can always go to it. I just can't believe how long it is. Oh, it's almost over. All right, cool. We basically let you see most of it anyway. But yeah.
Is that the 33?
I don't know. Is that what it looked like? Here's Black Bigelow. Anyone ever watch Black Bigelow? This guy's pretty funny. He's kind of a cool dude, actually. I like him. I watch him once in a while.
Get out of here.
Huh? Get out of here?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's watch Black Bigelow before you split for a split second. He's kind of ugly, but he's a cool dude. He's mostly white, I think, but he's got some black in him too. You know. He's mostly supply. He hates ghetto ass, blacks and stuff. He's really straight up cool. You know what I mean? I'm not into that. He's like Judge Mathis. If you act like a ghetto ass motherfucker, you suck dick. You know what I mean? He's pretty cool. I like him. Trump supporter too.
That just goes to show you that this
Trump
is the greatest
supporter.
country in the world. I mean, what other country can you be a fucking dumb broad, make constant bad decisions in your life, like dating loser Doug idiots, having dead guys found
See what I mean?
cars that you rented,
He's like really cool.
and sleep with them and get shot by the police and your family. because
Exactly. He's right on the button. Straight up.
Cardi B just got divorced or filed for divorce from her boyfriend Offset. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Seriously, is that a good? I fucking hate Cardi B. I think she's garbage.
Oh, I do too. I hear her
She's
too.
trash.
You seen Cardi B?
Everything about her.
Total
Is she a
trash
good
bitch.
rapper? I don't
I think
know.
she's a
Rap
ghetto
guys, I
fucking
don't know. I'm
rapper,
not
but
really into
and she does got a lot of
rappers.
popularity. She sucks
I
out
don't know,
hitters.
she's not cute. She's not fine. She's actually disgusting.
She
Trash.
does look
I
kind
think she's
of weird.
gross.
She has
I
good
think she's
songs,
an idiot.
right?
I think she's a
No.
moron. I don't even know why
fuck
Joe
her
Biden
songs.
spoke to her. They're desperate for votes. Maybe I'm thinking maybe the Biden campaign weirdos, if they talk to Cardi B, she might get them about, I don't know, maybe 200 subscribers, but voters, I need 200 subscribers. I do. So who gives a crap?
I like this guy. He makes me laugh
there's,
too, though.
news and, infidelity. Okay, if you're a young guy and you're either a rock star or a hip hop star, whatever the hell, there's going to be all kinds of women throwing their nasty, disgusting panties at you and on a constant basis. So I don't blame them for doing that. And besides, when you really think about it, first of all, why does this bitch allowed to say dick all the time? She's like, black. I'm allowed to, and I can't.
Because you're too white. No.
Or what? She's not black?
No, he's. I don't know. He just makes
Besides, look at her.
random
Do
comments.
you think that fucking guy Offset?
He's black enough.
Do you think he wants to go back home.
No, he's just talking his game, like Bugatti. He's just talking his game, whatever it is. You can do his YouTube channel, right? Can I get one more hit off you? Just one more hit before you split.
Clean that blowout off.
What's that? Clean it?
Clean it out, yeah. Knock it out there.
That's some good weed, though.
Good.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
It's got
Appreciate
like,
that.
It's got like I got a good taste on that last one.
What's that?
I got a good taste on the last one.
For sure, for
Last
sure.
hit.
Yeah, I mean, I was like wickedly stoned this whole time. So that's pretty good THC effect in that stuff. And matter of fact, my back feels better. My back feels a lot better right now, even though I'm not even sitting straight up or anything.
I think it has a little bit of that OG. What? OG? Do you like OG?
Oh, yeah. What? Mixed in it?
No, I'm just saying like some people are like specific to OG.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Some people are. I don't know what that exactly means, but yeah.
Well, when you taste it, like
You can tell
You'd
it's
be
got
like,
super sticky.
there's just like a certain thing in
It's
there.
almost like sap. The trikes are almost like sap, right? Some of that OG shit. It's so sappy. You try to pull a bud apart, and it just gets more compressed, and almost like when you compress wood with resin. I mean, it's almost the same thing. The bud doesn't even want to break apart. Is that OG?
Well, that's probably depends on how you dry it.
But yeah, do you think so? Because some of the trikes are just so heavy that I think they're the ones responsible for doing that, not the cure. You know what I mean? Because some of the trikes get heavy on some of that weed, and it just soaks in like some kind of weird sap. And then you try to pull the bud apart, and it's impossible. It starts getting, all over your fingers, like might as well be resin.
Okay, I'll put it like this.
No, it's cleaned up enough.
Okay, when you smoke sativa, it's like it lifts you up, but it's very light, right? And then when you smoke an indica, it's like
So what are you saying?
it's heavy. It like brings you like it gives you like couch lock.
So do you think this has got a couch lock effect? Because I don't feel couch lock. I
No,
feel like it's more of a sativa.
No, I just described to you sativa and
Yeah, I know.
indica. Okay.
Well, we already know this, guys.
Yeah, you already
We all know this.
You already know this.
Yeah.
Okay. So but a real OG is considered an
Hybrid.
indica.
Oh, hybrid.
It's considered an indica.
Based hybrid.
It has the body of an indica.
But it has some other stuff in it besides indica, obviously.
It's an indica.
Well, most weed is crossbred with a little bit of, not everything is pure indica. You can't
I'm
find.
saying everything you try is like on a scale of
Yeah.
indica versus sativa.
So are you
But
trying to say that
A real OG has the body of an indica with the head of the sativa. It's very uplifting, but it's heavy.
Okay.
It's strong.
All right.
But it's not the strong couch lock. It's the strong shit.
THC buzz.
Oh shit.
Yes, but that's because. So what you're saying is the OG is actually the type of THC buzz that you're receiving. Quite frankly, that's all you're saying. You're saying there's a certain phenotype of THC buzz that affects most people the same exact way, and it's particular to the OG. I think that is exactly what you just said. Am I right?
The original, the original OG is it's not like the rest of them.
So it's a certain kind of high they're trying to seek out, and they call it OG for that reason. Is that what you're saying?
No, OG is the original strain. The original strain of OG is there's a lot of controversy about it. It's been mistold of how it is, but the original one is it's high and
I believe that.
And a Kush.
Yeah.
And
I believe that. Afghani?
Afghani. Yep, it's the Afghani with the Kush. The hash plant. The hash plant. It's the hash plant.
Hash plant mixed with, so that I guess I know what you're trying to say now. It's a particular kind of modified strain. It's considered, I'd say considered original from a particular mixture from way back.
It's the original ganja that doesn't exist anymore because it's an evolving.
Because the seed
strain.
banks have been warped so much.
Just like how we
I
talk.
think that's exactly what you're saying. You're saying that seed banks have warped so much, but this one, the OGs remain pretty much of a high indica, but still mixture, but pretty good, almost original indica from that area.
I don't know if you can still find it. I don't know if there's traces of it in all weed.
There might not be.
I don't know if, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you can still take a hash plant and mix it and get that. Or there's probably like,
Well,
there's a lot of stuff that's labeled OG Kush, but it's not going to be the same as what we were smoking 15 years, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Because that plant is like, you're talking like 20 generations. It's its grandchild. You know what I mean? It's totally evolved.
well,
Unless you had the seeds.
here's an example. Here's an example. Now, I'm not saying I know anything better than anyone else that came from a good, high quality marijuana past. But what I will say this, probably in like 1981 or two, maybe 1981, my friend had gotten in touch with somebody that's what you would call an extremely fortunate event. He was such a good marijuana grower. And whatever his seed bank came from, it's mysterious. But I can tell you this. He was in St. Louis, and that weed was so powerful. I've never, ever had any weed as powerful. And it was a skunk variety of the most that you would ever expect to come off a bud. All right? It was so strong with skunk that literally, if you got that bag anywhere near anyone, like within 12 to 20 feet, they'd be like, what is that fucking smell? We got a skunk? And when I say that, I mean it dead serious. And I'd say, well, you know what? I can tell you this. It ain't a skunk, and I like this skunk smell, if you want to call it a skunk smell. And anyway, the weed, when you try to take a hit off a small hit, and I'm not lying, it would expand so quickly in your lungs. Now, I don't know where those genetics went with that skunk, but that was some form of original skunk that guy had. I mean, it was so strong, and you couldn't hold in a hit. You could not hold in a hit. So I'm guessing that it was original seed bank from a Maine country, and he just, or I don't know, skunk is now, it's hybridized, right? Skunk is a hybridized form. It didn't come natural, I don't
That's what
think.
I'm saying. Skunk used to be like a real thing.
It was a hybridized.
Nowadays, you're just like, oh, that's a skunky weed.
Yeah,
Because it has the
but that shit was so strong.
The straight up skunk.
Yeah, dude,
It was
you put it this way: if you had it in a bag, you had to know that wherever you went, people were going to not only smell it, it's going to stink up the entire fucking restaurant. If it's a restaurant, it'll stink up the entire fucking restaurant. That's how strong the shit was. And you know what? Smell was. And so when we smoked it, we were like, this is unbelievable. Now, to this day, I have never smoked a weed as good as that. And that's a long time ago. 1981? Are you fucking kidding? I mean, and any skunk that came after that from any other people that I tried was weak in comparison. It was obviously already corrupted seed bank, and it wasn't the same, right? And to this day, you cannot find a skunk weed that I am aware of like that we originally had. So I'm guessing that guy may have been a special person, not just any connection.
No, that was the thing. Is like do you remember creeper weed?
Yeah, yes. That was like a special, yeah.
Tell them
And there's
creeper
still
weed is.
some of it around. I mean, that's easier to come by though, right? Is it not? But there used to be one that was really good.
Okay, creeper weed. You used to smoke it,
20 minutes later, it kicks in.
and you're just like
20 minutes later.
Even as like a 16-year-old, you're just like, I'm not getting high. Hit it again. You wait, you hit it 3 times. You're like, fuck, this weed sucks.
Yeah.
And then you go to school, and halfway, 20 minutes later, you're walking to school.
You stole it out of your mind.
And you're like,
And it was good too. The
you're like,
original,
oh, fuck.
so
Like,
there was
I'm
no,
too scared to go to class,
there was no
dude.
specific phenotype to it that I know of, but it was
But you
just,
can't get that now.
no, you can't. Well, yes, you can. You can run into weed that has a creeper effect. Not as good though. Did you just spell weed?
Just like the little scrubs.
But you can't find it. You're right in the sense that they used to have some really fine-tuned shit that you wouldn't believe that 20 minutes later all of a sudden you're fucking stoned out of your head.
Dude, you feel like nothing.
I know for 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden, bam! You're like, what? You almost have an anxiety attack because you can't identify it from the weed because it's 20 minutes later. So it's like, what is this? Yeah, exactly. No, but they still have weeds out there that have that effect. Just I've never had the intense one that I used to have when I was younger. So where'd you get your creeper at?
Dude, well, my brother used to sell, so a lot of times I'd get it from my friends who got it from him.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever done some of that really weird shit? Not talking about stuff like what the kids are smoking these days, the fake weed. But have you ever done that? I think it's some kind of form of sage or something. It's sage extract.
Salvia.
Is that what it is? Yeah, dude. When I smoked salvia, that shit made me go jump back about 5 feet from where I was sitting. I don't know how that happened. But I can guarantee you that tripped me out. You tried it then? Salvia. What's the technical term?
No, I won't try that.
Oh, you didn't try it?
I won't.
Why not? It's just sage. The Indians used it.
Because it makes you jump out the window.
Oh, I wouldn't. No, it does make you when you smoke salvia.
If you were in a car, you could be on a car on a highway, dude. If you smoke salvia, dude, you'll straight up you just want out.
Yeah, I believe
jump
it.
out the window.
Well, it's not even paranoia. Paranoia. It's just it changes it alters your mind a little bit, pretty much.
Dude, the ones I've seen, people take a bong hit. They take like a fatty bong hit, and then they just like.
No, this stuff I was getting was extract.
They just. Oh, you're talking about something different, maybe.
Well, it was pronounced similar, salvia or something. It was. I'm looking it up right now. Let's see. Watch this real quick. We'll just look it up. It's called. I think it's called. What is it called? Here. What is the technical term for extract from sage?
This is the top result.
That dog's fighting over there.
Here it is, salvia. You're right.
Yeah, you don't want
That's what it is.
You don't want that.
I've done it.
Go to another round.
Oh, I don't do it anymore, but I have done it. Salvia, it's sage extract. Yeah.
You go to another round, dude. You can't control what you're doing.
Oh my God! Here it says that it's used for mouthwash against Streptococcus.
That dog, dude. Not that one.
I heard the little one. The little one? The little dog?
Straight fighting.
Here's abstract. Background and objective. The aim of the study was to evaluate the clinical effects of mouthwash. It's used for mouthwash. Well, I don't know what I'm looking at here, but I know it got me high. Okay, so whatever. Salvia. You were right on the button, though. It's an antibacterial. Did you know that?
Yeah, there's other stuff. Right. That's what.
All right, buddy. You gonna get going or what? Yeah, I know you do.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, Vic. Peace out, brother. I'll walk you out, bro. Hear that? That's people acting like wolves out here. Hear that? I can't do that though. I'm not that good at it. People. That's a bear horn. Let's find something to watch. Let me go get my speaker. Oh, this is the computer's on. That's Well, it's nighttime now. Woo! All right. Here, let's just watch a random person's channel. Just a random person's channel. Let's just watch a random person's channel. Okay? Out of the blue. Completely out of the blue. All right, here's one out of the blue. Somebody's random channel. Hold on. All right. Okay, this is Eyes to See. That's eyes with an S at the end. To see. This is her channel. Hold on, let me make sure my my whatchamacallem is actually making connection. Bluetooth. Okay, it says connected. Let's see if it is connected. Might be too loud. Oh, she doesn't have volume, or she has no talking yet, so that's why it's quiet on her thing. So let's see. Maybe I should turn it down a little bit because it's gonna be loud. Let's try.
Hello, so today what I wanted to cover is MK Ultra cages. So it could be called cage programming, very related to the slave programming, collars. So cages are one form of programming. Reprehensible things happen to young children in these cults. This cage training and reinforcement can be seen again and again in our society, such as Hollywood. Children in cages has been going on for a very long time.
Okay, so I don't know what she's talking about on cages, so we'll just cut into the chase here. I was kidding. I actually know who this is. I'm subscribed to her. This is Eyes to See. I'm actually subscribed to her. Now, I don't agree with everything she says, but you know what? Go to her channel and give her some friendship and show her some love, give her some likes. What can I say? I'm not really understanding children in cages because I don't know anything about MK Ultra or any of that. Well, I do, but I mean only in the sense that they use brainwash techniques and stuff like that. I wouldn't get too deep into it myself. I look at any government entity or sidearm of any government or secret sidearm of a government entity as bequeathing of my intelligence. So I don't even appropriate comments on those motherfuckers. But I have mentioned them in the past. So, and if there is something like, that going on, well, understandably, it has to stop. And, all these tests that the government do on us needs to stop. So I could agree with her 100%. I was actually tested in a hospital. I was never in a cage, but I went to a hospital and got tested by some covert motherfucking surgeons. Okay, so I already know exactly what's up. There's a bunch of shit going on. So I wouldn't diss this woman for nothing. She does her thing, and I just give people kudos for whatever it is they do. And if I do disagree with it, maybe I will mention it. But most of the time, it's not going to be worth my time, especially if it's just somebody just trying to do their thing and just say what they want to say on YouTube. So you can't, and whether or not it matches your opinion doesn't. It's beyond the point. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, I just wanted to promote a channel for a change. I don't really do that often anymore. But no, she wasn't a random channel. I knew who she was. I could do a random channel though, thinking about it. Let's see. Let's try let's try see if there's any updated wingsuit stuff. Close proximity. Updated though, you know. Oh, I know one that is really good. I think I used to be subbed to him called like Train Flights. Let's see if the yeah, here he is. He did one 9 months ago. Let's see if there's anything more recent. All right, let's just look at Daniel Risco. Okay, so Daniel does what is called short, quick terrain flights, and I love it for that reason. He hasn't done anything in a while that I'm aware of, but let's see if there's any recent videos. 4 weeks ago. Here we go. Beautiful. Dangerous, but beautiful. Short terrain flights are so dangerous, just as dangerous as the longer ones. I love watching short terrain flights, so I gave him a like. I just subscribed. I should be subscribed, but I was on my other channel, so I don't know what happened. But okay, so I'm subbed again to him. Let's try this one. See how this looks.
Oh yeah. About 3 hours now. Gotta go navigate that section.
Oh, this thing got shut off. Sorry, guys.
Taking about 3 hours now. Gotta go navigate that section up there. Got Jordan down there. We've been going up this gully. Left our camp around 2 a.m. and getting about a little over 3,000 feet so far. And once we top out up there, we're gonna have a little bit of down climbing, maybe some fixed ropes, and then we should be at the exit. And if I can send this, woo. All right, sun's out, getting some light. Jordan's behind me right over there. Just topped out on this little bit of a ridge. Now we gotta go over to that thing. And yeah, should be a little interesting. Looks pretty chossy and steep through here. But yeah, perfect day in the Sierra, nice calm weather. Oh yeah, free soloing down this little ridge here. It's pretty sweet. We skipped the choss over there. And this is a little more secure. If we can figure out a way to come up that gully there, would be sweet. Be kind of more of a direct route. Yeah, we just need to get up over there, and then a little down climbing, and we'll be at the exit. All right, Jordan's up there. Free slowing down that little section. A little steeper than we thought, but we're making it. Now just onto the white leg buttress. Fuck yeah, dude. Check the rocks though, a couple are pretty loose.
Okay, let's speed this up.
On top. Fucking send this.
Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's badass. That's badass. That's badass. That's so badass. This is what makes person a warlock. Shit like this. That's how you make a warlock. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Ah, my back. Oh, I got so much weight. Homie hooked me up before he left. Ow. Gave me some weed. Yeah, let's see what else is fucking cooking on this fucking. Yeah, I know my phone's cracking. I really don't care. Oh, what'd I do? All right. Ow. Okay, let's listen to some. See if we can find some fucking pirated when Mick. What's his name? Phil Hendry. When he was funny. Let's see if we can find any pirated Phil Henry. Even though he's a liberal, diehard liberal suck ass, he's funny and he got a little too out of hand. Ouch. Well, this is his YouTube channel. I'd hate to find out what kind of garbage he's got on here. Can't be that funny. We'll listen to it anyway, okay? He's a diehard Democrat. I don't even like to fucking give him the time of fucking day with some of the rude comments he's made in reference to a quality politician such as Donald Trump. So fuck, he's a prick. But we'll listen to what he has to say.
And now it's time for Catscapes with your hosts Shadow, Smokey, and Thunder. All right, welcome here to Catscapes. We have not been on. It's been a while. We haven't been on Catscapes in a long time. This is Shadow, and we got Smokey over here. Smokey. Hey, everybody. And there's Thunder.
Hi.
And I'm, like I said, I'm Shadow. Yeah, you like introduced yourself like 5 times. Hey, you know what? Maybe I'll do it 6.
All right.
Anyway, I'm just fooling around. I know. But it's nice to be back here on Catscapes as we tell you about the world of cats. You know, we explain to you what it is, what it can be, and what it ain't, you know. And it's a pretty interesting world, you know, that we live in.
A lot of people don't like cats. A lot.
His picture, he even looks like a prick.
A lot of people don't like cats, but a lot of people do. Our purpose here on Catscapes is to give you all the more reason to love cats. And we've got a great hero cat story today. We do. Had a cat by the name of Fluffy. And when Thunder, what is it?
There's a cat named Fluffy, and she, or he, or she,
Well, what is it? Is it he or a she?
I don't know. But anyway, she saved the life of a Korean war veteran.
Hey, how about that, huh? Korean War. How about that is right. Korean War veteran. Yeah, he was a Korean War veteran and he fell down.
Yeah, he fell down.
A Korean War veteran, he fell down and this cat Fluffy saved him.
Yeah.
That's right. So we're going to be hearing that story, another hero cat story.
All right, we're stopping this right now because I can't take it. Phil Henry, that's not funny. Any of that shit, whatever skit you want to call it. He does voices of other people talking to him. He does all the voices. But really, he's only entertainment value was in his older days when he used to say things that were completely, possibly even risky just to talk about. And now that he doesn't do that, he's become sterilized. However, when you do stuff like that in comedy, usually you will get a lot of flack eventually. So he probably decided to just be safer than sorry and not do some of the more dirty routines that he used to have. But you can't find him anymore. Now it seems like he's catering to a bunch of fucking dildo ass fucking mongoloids sitting at home, because it doesn't sound funny. I mean, what else? Sorry, it doesn't sound funny, Phil. Let's try another one of his things. I mean, look at this, the pictures he has for some of Phil Hendry. That's HENDRY. I think like that. Let me see. Well, here's how you spell it.
Hey guys, it's Phil Hendry here for the Phil Hendry Show merch store. Now, here's what we'd like you to do, because this could mean free merch of your choice from the world famous Phil Hendry Show. Now, I know that you have purchased some Phil Hendry Show merch.
I will say that in the past, Phil Henry did a pretty good skit with the whole Ted Steakhouse act that he did. I don't know if he still does it, but he probably does. Ted Steakhouse was a funny skit that he used to do. Let's see what else was good from Phil Henry. When one time he acted like somebody that was nailing somebody to a cross. And it was hilarious. It was so funny because every time you'd hear the hammer, there'd be these screams. And he's sitting there talking like, "Hey, what are you doing back there in the background?" He's the talk show host, and somebody called in. He acts like the caller. So that skit was funny. And when he did that one, it was classic. And he, although because of the way his voices were back then, some of his voices a little too African American, I guess, and people gave him shit for that. So now I can see why he's a diehard Democratic liberal, or if you want to call it that, because they've told him this is how it is. You're going to make money our way, or there's the highway. And he's pretty much probably not even got that much. I don't even know what his net worth is, but Tom Likas used to brag about how little he makes or used to make as a talk show host. So I don't know if Tom Likas was right. I don't know what Phil Hendry's pay was, so to speak. But if let's do a little. See, I think I tried this before. Phil has his net worth kept secret because of the Tom Likas comments. Tom Likas used to say that shit all the time about him, that he doesn't make shit, he doesn't have any money. And every time Tom Likas did that, Phil Henry probably got pissed off and said, "Well, I want to keep my net worth private." So let's see what happens. Phil Henry's net worth.
Wikipedia has this result.
Nope. I didn't think so. Oh, here, maybe this might have it. Hold on. Well, let's see if one of these works. Net worth. I don't know. It doesn't show his net worth. It's one of these fake, I don't know, these sites on Google that just trick you every time into thinking they're going to provide you with his fucking net worth. All of it is his biography. I shit you not. So I think he has his privacy in mind, trying to keep his money stats away from the public. He doesn't want people to know how much money he's got. So he's went through lawyers to tell him, look, I don't want my money published. So somebody has, because he doesn't have anything saying anything about how much money he makes. So there you go. He's in the broke poor house and has been in the Hollywood limelight for a long time, just being the talk show host that he was back in the 90s. He was funny as fuck back then. And I ain't gonna lie, I would have totally forgiven him for his fucking political views had he not fucking started attacking, in hindsight, with the directive to just piss people off that are Republican. That's the only reason why he fucking says the shit he does, because he's a public figure and he thinks he's gonna feel good and like it's a dog bite or something to the fucking Republicans. He can suck my dick. I don't like Phil Hendry, never did. When it comes to his his viewpoints on how America should be run, because he's straight up from Canada. He sucked my goddamn dick. Man, I'll get him down and suck my damn dick, bitch. Fuck Phil Hendry, whatever, however you want to pronounce that stupid ass. But I ain't gonna lie, he is talented, and when he was doing the chancy ass shit back in the day, when he was doing the stuff that was extremely, risque, I was cracking up. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that's when Phil Henry really made me laugh. It wouldn't have mattered what his political view. I'll restate that at the time if he would have kept doing that shit. Although he did stuff that was just over the top and in so many directions that people just got pissed off. Now look at Howard Stern. Somehow people just let him to do what he wanted. But Phil Henry, they have chastised. I ain't gonna lie, I hate his politics. I don't like him that way at all. But he is creative and can be funny. But lately, he does stuff. It seems like he's just doing it for disabled people that are on fucking basically house arrest from the government for food stamps. Okay, and that seems like what his audience targeting is, like fucking homeless and fucking disabled people, just based on the way he acts and all the people that he's helped that are kids. He has helped youth, homeless youth. So I think that he just directs his comedy acts like a silly ass fucking dumbass now, when he could just go back to his old style and just make it resolute. But he doesn't do that because he's kissing ass. He lives in Oxnard, I think, too. He lives in no, it's not Oxnard. It's it's fucking it's Oxnard. It's fucking Oxnard. He lives in Oxnard, and his shit is probably the Democrats always warn him, look, man, we'll continue to get your bills paid and shit. Just don't fucking start going the other direction and flip flop on us, bitch. That's what they're saying to Phil Henry. You're going to continue to be our dog on the leash, motherfucker, until you start fucking zapping, us with the anti fucking this Democratic fucking, shock. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm actually stupid. I just don't like Phil Henry, his politics. I hate his guts for politics. He's just almost to the point where I wouldn't give him the time of day, really, anymore because of his politics. I probably wouldn't listen to him anymore, just based on his politics. Now, had he shut his mouth about politics, I'd probably still listen to him occasionally. Just occasionally, because he's not funny anymore. So occasionally I would. Brenda is on the East Coast, so she's definitely not coming in, if anyone was asking. Oh, my neck. Oh, my fucking neck. All right. This person I'm talking to, man, he is slow on responding. And I don't understand why does this. He waits like 3 months to fucking respond on a goddamn email. This person I'm talking to. What the fuck? Whoa, the dude's homeless. Damn, the dude became homeless. Anyway, I was gonna help a musician, a local, not a local musician, somebody. I was just gonna help him make better music for his rap, but he's got a disability himself. But I don't. His parents, I don't know how he could end up homeless, man. He's in from England. I'm trying to help him out. Fucking crazy, man. Ended up homeless. What the fuck? I'm almost have to check this out and see what's wrong with this person. I'll just have to reply to him. Sorry to hear that, mate. Maybe you can pick things up again. I don't know how your parents could kick you out. You're only like fucking whatever, still a juvenile. Um I hope that you can find some resolution, and I don't know who kicked you out or why, but and what you're up to, but maybe you should just take a breather, man, and explain what happened so I can get a little knowledge, a little insight on what happened to you exactly. Yeah, I'm just trying to find out what happened to him. Yeah, I'll just send him that because I'm just trying to be polite. I hate to hear when people end up homeless. It's one of the worst things. He's all the way in England though. So, I mean, I fucking hate being homeless, man. When I was homeless, I was so creeped out by it. I had my money locked up. I was basically broke. I mean, I had money from my disability, but those guys that panhandle made twice as much as me and were still looking dirty as fuck. They made fucking more than me panhandling and getting government assistance. And they fucking, and I was just at the time my money was locked up. They were making more than me, just fucking acting like a delinquent motherfucker. So, but yeah, not all homeless are like that. I just hated being homeless, and anyone that's fresh to homeless and not under, doesn't understand it. It's can be, especially depending on where your geographic areas are and stuff like that. England probably be really tough to be homeless. I ain't gonna lie, but then again, they got social services there too. But they're only just good enough to fucking maybe keep your belly full. I don't know. I have no idea. In England, I have no idea, and so I don't know. I have no idea. I've never been to England. Don't necessarily want to go there. I probably would maybe if I really just got an urge to just go there. I'd probably just check London out, I guess. But I wouldn't really fucking, it's got a lot of good history. But I wouldn't be eating cheese and crackers and looking at Stonehenge if I went to London. I probably would what I would probably fucking do is I would go to London and I would, just get a giant fucking, like, in a hotel on the top floor. And then just look out at the fucking city and just kind of, take it in a little bit. That's all I do if I went to London. I wouldn't really wanna do much else. I don't know. Nothing that I know of that I would wanna, the London doesn't have shit that I'm knowledgeable about anyway. Like, I don't know enough about London. I don't know anything about really the countryside and so forth. But nonetheless, it's not the most enamoring countryside. You gotta admit. Just kinda like a Midwestern or, just a kinda like oak trees, that kind of thing, and good backdrops for Harry Potter movies and stuff like that, maybe. But yeah, no. I do like cheese and crackers. What can I say? I do like cheese and crackers. I guess my Caucasian backdrop is instinctually made me like just cheese and crackers. When I was a little one, my dad would watch me eat Swiss cheese, and he would go, he would go, "What do you think you are, a mouse?" I go, "Yeah, I want to be a mouse." So I would like kind of nibble at it like a mouse does, and they nibble, no, or whatever it is they do, and he would crack up. Yeah, it's good to have a dad and a mom, you know. So if you end up homeless and you're that young, you should try to make resolution with the parents or whoever, whomever at the time, because, well, I was horrible at getting along. So at some point, oh hey, Radical Panda, thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people don't want to take free money. I don't even want to talk about it. It's also a form of politics. I don't want to play into anyone's disinterest just because I have my own interest, but I don't think it's really that complicated. I mean, I wouldn't even mind living off credit as long as the government understood that there'd be a significant penalty for anybody that could gain access to the information in your credit to the government, so that if the government couldn't provide the security to anyone or mobsters or whatnot, then the credit, well, they would be able to sue the government for large sums of money. See, that's how it should be. Those guys are going to line their pockets. We might as well just set them up for giant fines whenever they fuck off. And giant fines, and just make it to where it's more uncomfortable to be a politician because you might try to steal from the cookie jar at the wrong time, and then oops, bitch, pay us up, motherfucker. You know, that's how I want it to be. And so I don't think we should encourage politicians, is what I'm saying. I think we should discourage politicians, get rid of them, get a computer just to balance the budget and run the country in a simple format, which is there is a president, but he's only standby for the computer to tell him there's issues politically. Once the president is given, a couple of warning shots from other, information the computer is compiling, he starts to make political decisions at that point, just like a normal president. But in the meantime, all the politicians can go home. No more paychecks. No more fucking paychecks, assholes. That's what I do. I just fucking make it, shake it up, take it out, and put it where it belongs. And then then we could have some decent cops. Nobody would complain about cops at that point. We'd have so much more revenue. We're getting rid of those cocksuckers coming in. And then that one little computer, it costs us just a little amount of money in comparison. All of a sudden, fucking bridges the gap, and we don't have any more corruption. So that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what I want. I don't want to fight over other people's their favorite image from the past, like whether it's a prophet or it's a god, or or it's a scare tactic or it's a brainwash tactic. I don't want to deal with other people's significant others in sociology and their connection with the psych problems they may or may not have. My issues are I don't want to fucking see these assholes rip everyone off, including me, and then just act like nothing's happening all the time. Like, well, we try to do this, we try to do that, and we ended up going over budget. And, it's just like, shut the fuck up. I don't even want to fucking listen to any of them. Yeah, probably. Pedos are probably treated better than that. There's no question about it. In prison, well, at least if they're in the right situation. You put one in the wrong situation in no time at all, it won't be. It won't be. Yeah, you're right about that, though. Look, if you go back into the past, you don't find the preponderance of mentally ill. I think a lot of them are cop-out mentally ills. In other words, they've developed the psychosis of cop-out. I call it like cop-out-ism. is the word for it. It's like they just decided they couldn't run their life and they have a nervous breakdown and are considered either schizophrenic or bipolar. And then, of course, Democrats run with that. They don't really care if it's true or not. They just make sure it sounds like a good diagnosis and they're good with that. Here's your paycheck. No, I don't believe that. I think there's a lot of false and a lot of the community that are supposedly schizophrenic and whatnot. They actually are taking so much medicine that is making them schizophrenic. The medicine is making them schizophrenic because it does different things every time they take a different medicine. And usually they do rotate you on medicines through time. You run into all kinds of bad medicine that they give you. And when you're in that position where you have to deal with all the bad results from medication, you actually causes you whatever you thought you may have schizophrenia. Now you actually may have something like that for real because of the medicine. So even though you may originally just developed a psychosis from what I call cop-out-ism, which is kind of like a breakdown, a mental breakdown from kind of like a giant internal panic attack that you can't really feel all at once, but it builds up over time. And then you decide you either have to jump off a building or you're going to try to live with it. And it's a rejection. What it feels like is that you're rejected from society and you either become extremely depressed, psychotic, or schizophrenia, bipolar. I'm trying to get my loosen my spine up down there. Ah, damn! Ouch! Ah. That was a bad strain just from sitting in a particular position for a long time. I actually had to hit myself in my back when that happened. I literally had to hit myself. Not really hard, but just enough to get the blood splashed in there a little further. Because that fucking arthritis hurts. And that blood, when you do this, it pushes blood through your, just like a massage. So it helps push blood into the areas where the nerves are, and it helps alleviate pain if you do that. I'm not kidding you. Anyway. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, I have I can wear I used to wear some really big knives, like this big. But people just get so annoyed by looking at them like they're offended. so I just go not anymore. I don't carry a giant fucking knife everywhere anymore. Cuz people get all whatever, butt hurt. You're a possible psychotic with a giant fucking knife on you. So anyway, I in matter of fact, I walked into a coffee shop a while ago on my other channel, J.A. Tony Clark, and I walked in there and I went to piss really quick because I barely, I just want to get out a quick piss. I came out, and I guess because I did that was offensive to the owner of the it was a Coffee Bean actually in Ventura, California. And he just said, "You got to leave." And I said, "What are you talking about? I got to leave. I just got in here. I just started to push my Wi-Fi on, and you're telling me I got to leave for what?" you know, and he goes, we, you know, just got to leave. And then there's like 4 cops sitting in a chair, but they're all like trying to mind their own business. And he kept pushing. I was like, what's the problem? I was just gonna get something to do. I have to buy something. Do you want me to buy a coffee and a pastry or what's up? And they said, no, you, sir, you just got to leave. And I looked down and I realized, you know, yeah, I got my big knife on me. So I'm like, oh, this guy, he fucking thinks I'm like a dangerous homeless person or something. Because I had a beard at the time. And I'm like, this guy is a fucking dumbass. You know, but so I had to tell him, look, I'm waiting. I came here to wait for my goddamn real estate agent. Dude, what is the problem? I didn't say goddamn real estate agent like that to him, but I just said, I'm waiting for my real estate agent. What is the problem? Anyway, that real estate agent no longer does business with that coffee shop because of that incident. They quit buying coffee there because that's, you know, my real estate agent showed up and he was pissed that they kicked me out. They told me I got to leave. So I left, but I didn't leave the property. I just stayed outside on the chairs. Like, God, these guys are fucking assholes. But, you know, they don't know the law about knives or do they even pay attention? You know, I'm clean. I got clean clothes on. I don't get people sometimes. I really don't. I had clean, nice clothes. You know, I don't get it. People are just so you know, and you got to know that's a Democrat, bro. Okay. That's a fucking Democrat right there. You know, anyone who acts like that is a Democrat. That's why you got the social distancing with the masks and shit. Same thing. Fucking same thing. Oh, you just have to stay away completely. I'm just going to put this mask on. You stay 10 feet away, bitch. You know, and they fucking walk on their way. It's like, hey, man, what if I want to put my cock up in your ass if you're good looking or something, bitch? You know, I mean, don't do that. You know, if I want to put my fucking cock up there, I mean, you don't want to act like that to me, man. You know? But anyway, they just act stupid, you know, and then you just live with it. Stay single or whatever. I mean, I don't really care. I don't care. I'm good. I like being solitary anyway. I'm a little bit annoying. I could be annoying like a cat or something, you know, like people would be he's too independent. I don't want to go out with him. He just doesn't fucking give in to anything I tell him. Like I give him advice, he says, "Fuck you, bitch," or something. You know, it's like, yeah, I do my own thing. You know, I don't fucking pay attention to your shit. That's but that's not when I'm talking to somebody in person, like a friend. I'm not like that. I try to be cool. Sometimes you just get annoyed. You don't want to deal with those kinds of needs from other people when you're already dealing with your own concerns and you're like, I'm not really trying to get into your life, but I do have a cock, you know? And I'm not a swinger and don't want to be, but I do think you're cute. Is that good enough? Because I don't want to tell you you're beautiful. I'd be lying, bitch, you know? Stuff like that, you know? If I was talking to him, you know, I wouldn't say bitch to him, but you know, I'd probably keep my language clean. If I had a woman, I would not be cussing at her. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be totally fucking straight up, hubby like, you know, all that. I just talk shit on the internet a lot because I get to say what I want. And then it goes from there. Like if chicks say, "Oh, I can deal with his whatever on his YouTube channel as long as he doesn't treat me like that." No, hell no. I don't treat a chick like that. I need to get laid too. Yeah. Well, you know, first instance, look at Cardi B. She doesn't even. She's, you know, she's the kind of person that pushes that agenda to make everybody dependent on, and then try to make the hospitals free, Medicare free. She's just and then you look at just the way people are in general, and they're already like that. So they're just trying to ride it as far as they can ride that wave with resources. That's what's up. That's what they do. They just want to ride the wave of resource. Just ride the wave of resource till it burns out, and then somebody else comes over here and says, "Hey, we're going to run it for you. How about that?" Anyway, live streams running for 2 hours, 6 minutes. I'll talk to you later.